Oh, wait. But I'm not even near my microphone. Hello, beautiful people. Welcome to my channel, Tarot by Bronx. This is Tarot Talk. These are tarot things, and I'm your host, Boogie Down Bronx. And I am here to take care of the human designers. I like that, human designers, for a MG and a Manifestor video. I was going to say reading, but this is not a reading video for today. All right. So this is going to be a video about how to inform as an MG, manifesting generator, or a manifestor. Shout out to my shirt. This actually says reflector on it. This is a part of the human design collection that is on my Etsy shop. Go check that out if you haven't. But yeah, this is a highly requested video, and I recently got something to respond to. As a generator, you know, you gotta wait for someone to respond to talk about this from my previous video I stitched on TikTok about generators. So I am going to be looking down at my notes as I talk to you guys, but how to inform. You guys have probably seen me talk about informing several times in my videos or on Twitter or whatever the case may be. Or maybe you've heard other people say, you need to be informing others, you need to do this and that. And a lot of you really struggle with that because you're like, I don't like to talk about my plans. I don't like to tell anybody what I'm doing. I don't like to do this and that and the third. So today I am going to be kind of breaking down informing a bit and giving you a few examples of how to inform others in a way that doesn't feel so invasive or that you are just oversharing. You don't need to do that. And really, it's all about informing at the right timing. All right. You don't need to inform really until certain plans are genuinely in motion, or you know for a fact a specific part is going to impact somebody, whether directly or indirectly. So to kind of get into your aura, right? Some human design teachers will argue that manifesting generators don't need to inform, or that you don't have a repelling aura. But from my understanding and just what I've seen, yes, you do. You do have a bit of a repelling aura, and you do need to inform. I have parents that are MG, partner that is MG. I have different people that I've interacted with that is manifesting generator that I have been affected by them not informing me. And it really does affect you and the people around you, but you just don't understand. So the main thing is like really understanding your impact. So you impact people very strongly with your appearing and your disappearing. Okay. It is very, very greatly felt for manifesting generator and manifestor, especially manifestor though. So you impact people when you show up. People rarely see you coming, like you pop up into people's lives very suddenly and people are like, whoa, where did you come from? And then you can leave just as quickly, especially for MG, because you just are always on the go. You move very quickly. You're always doing your own thing. And so that can really affect other people when you pop up and disappear randomly, because it will appear very random to other people. Even to you, you may not feel like people are going to care that much, or because you're just so used to doing things in your own way, you're like, they won't mind or they won't notice. Yes, they will. They notice. And it can be hard to build trust with people in that way when your energy is so hard to read. And that is why you're very impactful as a manifestor type, because you have this closed and repelling aura. So for manifestor specifically, your aura is completely closed and repelling. So it's closed. That means people cannot read it. They cannot detect what you're going to do. They don't know what you're thinking. They don't know what you're feeling. And it is very hard for people to know how to deal with you, how to approach you, how to navigate things with you, because they never know what you're feeling or thinking. And so that is what informing does for you, is to help them, bring them into your world, because you have a repelling aura. You have a repellence about you. So it's like your protective bubble where people cannot enter unless you inform them, hey, you can come closer. Hey, you can come in. Hey, you can help me with this. Hey, you can do that. And then they're like, okay, I know what you're doing now. But until then, if you're wondering like, why am I so lonely? Why am I so alone? Why don't people approach me? Your aura is unapproachable. And that is where informing, you tell people like, yeah, I want you to come closer. I want to be more interactive with you. People are rarely going to seek you out as often as you seek them out. And that's something that you'll have to get used to more, but you can inform people that you want them to do so. So it can be a little annoying at first, I guess, to always be thinking about, oh, I have to tell them this is what I want, or I have to tell them this is how I feel. But everybody should honestly be operating like that, because you shouldn't expect people to read your mind anyway. That comes from a place of trauma sometimes. So you should be telling people, this is what I want, this is what I need, this is what I need from you, this is what I like, this is what I don't like. It helps relationships of all kinds, but especially for you. So for MGs, I found that it's also pretty hard to read your energy as well. It can be very unpredictable and spontaneous. You have like the generator aspect as well, very magnetizing. So people may be drawn to you initially, but then they don't know where to go from there. So that is where you help them out with telling them how to interact with you. So informing is letting people know they're in the middle of the train tracks and the train is coming. That is like the analogy that I saw on YouTube, I think. So, people don't really know where they're at with you a lot of the time. And informing is letting them know, hey, this is what's happening, or this is what I'm about to do. Are you on board, or are you getting out of the way? So it's, especially for Manifestor, you're pushing people away that aren't coming along for the ride with you. So you are the train, Manifestor or MG, and people need to either get out of your way or they need to get on board. Simple. So the way you're informing is really acting like an announcer, right? You're training people on how to interact with you. This is friends, this is romantic relationships, this is coworkers, this is family, this is everybody. You're training people on how to act with you. And that is essentially what we are meant to do with others. You have to teach people how to respect you, how to love you, how to be and nurture. Everything doesn't come naturally to everybody, and we all have different love languages. So for you as a Manifestor or MG, learning what is your love language, it will help you to inform others, like, this is what I need to feel closer to you, or this is how you can come closer to me, because a lot of people aren't gonna know. They're not. You have to really become receptive to the idea and the fact that people don't know what you're thinking or what you need until you tell them. And so you have to be very vocal about those things. And sometimes it will require you to overshare. You don't have to overshare about like every single detail what you're doing, but more so like what you're thinking or what you're feeling, and not expect other people to just get it or just know. It's not likely to happen that way. So here are some examples of informing that you can use with your partner or with people that you're interacting with on a daily basis. You can be like, hey, here's what I have planned for today. I won't be available during these hours. You can say something like, I'll be gone, or I'll be off my phone for a few hours, but I should be back by. Or you won't hear from me for X amount of weeks. I'll be working on the project. Or I'm going to need some time off. I'll need some time to myself. You could say, I feel like this. You can say, I will need some space away, or I'm going on a vacation. It's just being very informative and straight to the point. And if you're acting like an announcer, you're just saying like, hey, this is what is happening. It's not asking for permission. It's not telling people, are you okay with that? Or are you coming with me? You can let them decide what they're going to do. And then when it comes down to like friends or people that you're in more intimate relationships with, informing others on what they should inform you on will help you a lot as well. So if you expect other people to just know what you like, what you don't like, you'll be very angry that people start to step on your toes. So you can inform people, especially if you're like a projector, let's say. Not you, a projector. You're dealing with projectors. You have to invite them in and inform them on what invitations they can, help you with. So you inform your projectors like, hey, I want you to help me with this. I want your advice on this. I want your suggestions with this. I would appreciate you if you let me figure out these things, because projectors are meant to guide and help you, but they may become bitter if they don't know exactly where they fit into that plan. So you have to tell them, like, I don't actually need that guidance, but I would like you to help me with this or this. Or for generators, asking them in response, right? Asking them a yes or no question like, would you like to help me with this? Or, are you free during this time? You know, be like, this is when I'm free. Are you also free when I'm free? Stuff like that. But make sure you're asking them and prompting them to see what excites them for generators. And then for other MGs and manifestors, you both need to be informing each other on what it is you want or you need and see how that aligns. And then with reflectors, giving them a bit more time to figure out what it is they want, or like asking them for their wisdom and their insights and how they're feeling, because sometimes it takes a little bit longer for them to figure it out. But I have heard manifestor and reflectors can make pretty good relationships, because reflectors are a lot more yielding and compromising, and manifestor is usually not. But yeah, giving reflectors patience and time to come around, or to ask them what it is that they are feeling, or maybe what kind of wisdom or insights they have to share about what you're doing. So, yeah, informing others on how you feel, what you've been thinking about, or what you need from them is important. So, informing is more for you than for others. And that's the one important thing for you to know. It's to decrease the resistance you have with people. And if you just stick to the basics, or you stick to the facts, or you stick to the part that will affect them, then you don't have to be telling all your business and oversharing all the time. Or you can just wait until you're really sure, or something is actually set in stone before you start telling people about it. Or if you know that something is going to be happening for a prolonged period of time, and you're going to need a lot of time away, then tell somebody, especially for MG, because once you have something to respond to, like, should I tell this person now or should I wait? If there's something that prompts you, or somebody asks you about what you're doing or what you've been up to, then that's your cue to be like, yeah, this is what I'm working on. You know, whatever it is. And also, the biggest thing is people will not always agree or like it. That does not mean you should stop informing, okay? Just because somebody doesn't like what you have to say, what you're going to do, or if it affects them, that does not mean that it's not right for you. Majority of the time, it means that it is right for you, because you're supposed to have that repelling effect as well as magnetizing. So for people that are going to support you, you'll magnetize them. People that won't support you, you'll repel them, just like anybody in life. Everybody is not going to like us. Everybody's not going to always agree with what we're doing or what we want, what we like. So keep that into consideration, and don't take it so personally when people disagree or don't agree with you. And you can watch more on my Manifestor video about that, okay? So that is for Manifestor and MG, some examples there. Let me know if you have any more examples of the ways you inform, or you figured out might be more helpful to you to inform. And that is what I got for you guys. Thank you so much for watching. And I am at Tarot by Bronx. Check out the rest of my human design playlist on everything.